I've done my best, gone nowhere. I've done my best, not just exposing the scammers. I tried to help people, to save people from the financial crisis. You saw what happened. I'm banned even 20 years later. Largely because I don't have the right last name. And largely because I exposed the whole fucking system. From the Wall Street fraud and corruption, legalized insider trading, through executive stock options, which I wrote about in 2006, to the free trade scam, which people are only starting to see now, which they're too fucking ignorant to realize Trump is defrauding them. He's lying to them. I even exposed recently, immediately in November, I told you guys how Elon Musk had already taken over fucking Trump, had swindled Trump, and you see what's going on now. Immediately after that little interview he had in November, right? I told you how he already swindled Trump to finagle his way into the White House. And we see now Elon Musk has given Trump at least $250 million in campaign money. And understand, once again, for all you fucking stooges out there that don't understand how anything works, but you think you know it all, and that's basically 99% of the population. They're all geniuses. They all know more than me, yet they don't know shit. It's called confirmation bias, Dunning-Kruger. Look at the fuck up. That's what you have. That's what the internet has done to you, and you don't even realize it. You see, I didn't get swept up in this horse shit because I was warning everybody about social media 15 years ago. I was warning everybody about Facebook 15 fucking years ago before they went public. I wrote a 3-part article exposing the whole shit and even telling people how it was a pump and dump. The IPO of Facebook was clearly an orchestrated pump and dump designed to make Goldman Sachs and their criminal mafia of investors a fucking payday. By pumping up the valuation, I wrote an article, it's fucking public domain. You can look it up. It's on my website. And I told people how it was being pumped and the IPO would be dumped. And guess what happened? Within a matter of just like 3 weeks, the Facebook IPO collapsed. The value of the shares collapsed by, I think, more than 40% within 3 weeks. 40%. Right again. You're not going to find many times where I'm wrong. It's not going to happen, no matter what we're talking about. That's fucking fact. Somebody come out there and debate me on that. Somebody with credibility. Not some little fucking mentally ill, stupid peon with Dunning-Kruger who wants to make a name for himself to engage with me. I want to engage with you. Fuck off. You don't get to talk to me. You got to pay money to talk to me. You got it? So, you know, I've lost my patience with people. The few people out there that know where I'm coming from, knowing what I'm trying to do, selflessly, putting my fucking whole body, my existence in harm's way for 2 decades, losing hundreds of millions of dollars in income from doing all this stuff. And what do? Do you do anything to spread the videos I'm exposing these people? No, you don't do anything because you're fucking useless. You're a useless sack of shit, just like all these fucking idiots that fall for the scammers. It's that simple. It's that fucking simple, okay? And it doesn't bother me to say this because it's been this long. You got it? So at this point, I don't care to help any of you motherfuckers. I hope you crash and burn. I don't care. This is all about me setting the fucking record straight for historical purposes. Got it? So you all can fuck off. In fact, you know, the people out there that I reserve any type of compassion for are the naive people who just don't know. They can't wake up. They're in a cult. They don't know. You fuckers out there who know the deal, you do nothing about it. That makes you really a piece of shit. A hot, steaming pile of shit. That's what it makes you. You got it? You got it? No, you don't. You're fucking stupid. I have much more compassion, much more tolerance for the ignorant, naive people out there who are under mind control. They don't get what's going on. Some of you guys get what's going on. You do nothing. You're really a sad excuse for a human being, as far as I'm concerned. In my book, My Moral Compass. You know, moral compass. Have you ever heard the term? These days, you don't hear the term. This is one reason why capitalism is in a crisis. Now, come about a month from now, potentially we're going to see something, going to maybe have an engagement with somebody. I'm not going to get into it. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of developing behind the scenes. But let me just go ahead and go ahead now and introduce you to this Korean American grifter. And it allows me, and I know so much about the digital nomad fucking scam. I don't have to look at my archived records that I have. There's probably nobody else in the world that knows as much about this scam than me. I exposed it many years ago. I've exposed the kingpins of it. And it's such a vast topic. I could have a channel devoted. It's almost as vast. Well, maybe not quite, but let's say remotely, to some degree, as vast as if I were to do a channel exposing Scientology. I mean, that's obviously a very vast topic. A lot of things to talk about. Been around for many decades. The digital nomad scam has not been around that long, but there's a lot around it. I could have a whole channel just devoted to exposing the digital nomad scam, the main players, the methods, the motives, and of course these things, they evolve over time. But you're going to hear about it. Gives me an opportunity talking about Paul Lee. Gives me an opportunity to talk about something I've been wanting to talk about in a little more detail for quite a while. Of course, I did talk about it on my website several years ago. Talked about one of the kingpins, the original kingpins of the digital nomad scam. He goes by the name of Johnny F.D. Now, this guy is apparently a criminal, a felon from America with a criminal record. That's what I have come to understand. And you shouldn't be surprised. You do understand, by the way, many people that are making a career on YouTube have criminal records. You do know that, right? You do realize that, right? And I'm talking a lot of them. Okay? Especially people who don't tell you their name. But there are people that tell you their name, they have criminal records. There are many. I've come across many. I mean, think about it. If you're a fucking convicted felon, you ain't going to get a job. What are you going to do? You go on ScamTube. In fact, if you're a convicted felon, if you're a fucking criminal, you got a criminal mindset, ScamTube is your best friend because ScamTube allows scams. You got it? It's your fucking second home. Now, I don't know about this Paul Lee guy. I don't know about his background. He's a newer player on the scene. But I'm going to talk about kind of the origins, not to the extent that I would cover it in a planned session, because there's a lot to it. But I'm going to talk about it to the extent that I remember. I think it's sufficient with Johnny F.D. And this scammer is still on ScamTube. And I'm going to talk about a few other people involved, like Tim Ferriss, another fucking scammer. Talked about kind of here and there in the past. I need to do a whole series on this fucking fraud, complete fraudster. But so this discussion, if I don't cut it into pieces, is probably going to be about at least 2 hours, probably 3 hours, I would guess. I don't know, I would guess. I've managed to pull up several sites, several things to talk about, but I've done no preliminary research just because I already know the deal. Okay, if you understand the digital nomad scam, if you really understand how it operates, then you can detect these people easily because they're all over it. And the whole, I thought the digital nomad scam would die away, would die off, and to some degree it did. And then really what reinvigorated it was the pandemic, you see. And so now it's booming a lot. It's back on track. And so let me go ahead now and talk about this guy, Paul Lee. And I saw this early on, several months ago. This is a guy, and just keep in mind, CNBC make it. You all do know, I've told you before, media is a scam. The media industry is complete fraud. The media is your worst enemy. You got to understand that. Corporations are against you. You understand that, right? They're fighting for your money. They'll do anything they can to take money from you. You understand? This was not the way corporate America used to be. It wasn't this way many decades ago. But today, oh, they're doing everything they can to take your fucking money. Oh, and by the way, as a side gig, they're also sending your fucking jobs to Asia. You got it? I wrote about this shit 20 fucking years ago in detail like no one else has ever written. And I got banned. I wrote about the free trade scam. I wrote about how it was destroying America's working and middle class. I wrote about the wealth and income disparity that nobody fucking had a clue about. No one was writing about until after the financial crisis. The leading economists out there started writing about it in 2010 and 11, only after Occupy Wall Street took hold. It's pretty easy to write about something that's obvious, right? I wrote about it before it was obvious. But you don't hear my name being mentioned, do you? I'm not in the club. Because my name is Stathis, not Steinberg. You got it? You got it? That's how it works, folks. The discourse is always kept in control of a certain group of people. All you got to do to confirm that is spend a little fucking time. Okay? The problems are created by this group, and the solutions, they come to the round table to provide the solutions. It's the same people. It's the same group. We saw it for the financial crisis. We saw it for the internet.com. We saw it for the savings and loan crisis. We see it with everything. This is the reality. You're not allowed to be a player on anything relevant if you're not in that group. That's what I've learned after being banned from day one for no reason at all. That's what I learned. If you don't realize that, open your goddamn fucking eyes and take a look very easily, as I've mentioned before. Take a look at all these people out there who are being promoted. Who's being promoted? Joe Rogan. Well, take a look at Joe Rogan. Take a look at his name. Okay? He's in the group. Take a look at all the people he interviews. Remove the stupid hip-hop, pop culture horseshit scene, the fighting bullshit from his stupid podcast, and take a look at the topics that are critical: economics, finance, politics, and take a survey and see who those people are. And you're going to see a very high percentage of them in his little following, in his little group. You got it? It's the same with all these guys. Now, the percentage that aren't, they're only not in that group because I can't confirm that they are not, that they are. I don't know for certain. You understand? And there's also people that are kind of working behind the scenes. There's a lot of front people that they use. Okay? You guys got to see what's going on. This is the way it works in all areas. They're always in control of everything. You got it? And the last thing they're going to allow is an expert, a fucking highly intelligent expert, which they fear my intelligence, by the way. They fear it. They know they're dealing with a fucking smart motherfucker. They don't want me around to expose everything, to expose the economic system, to expose the Wall Street fraud, to expose the financial crisis, to expose the free trade scam, to expose America's healthcare crisis, to expose the wealth and income disparity, to expose all these things. No, I'm not going to come out and write a book talking about the Fed is evil in the Fed. It's fucking stupid horseshit nonsense distraction. You got it? Distraction. Stupid nonsense horseshit distraction. Doesn't go anywhere, doesn't do anything. I don't do that. That's what con artists do. To sell you their gold and to sell you cryptocurrencies. In the Fed, yeah, Ron Paul. You know Ron Paul, the scammer that's paid off by Porter Stansberry, pitching gold and doom and horseshit. Exposed this motherfucker a long time ago. Okay? If they're going to allow anybody to be critical of the system for which they control, the whole fucking, and I'm talking the whole shebang. They control the whole fucking system. The entire monetary system, the entire economy, the economics, the banking system, the media, they control everything. If they're going to allow anyone whatsoever to be critical of that system, you better believe it's going to be one of their fucking tribesmen. That's how it works. You got it? That's how it fucking works. And that's why they're all promoted as great superheroes and stars. And everyone else gets the fucking shaft. That's what I've learned in the past nearly 20 years after having been banned. My books, arguably the best investment book ever in terms of predicting things. The 2006 original extended version of America's Financial Apocalypse. Banned. Couldn't get it published. Ask yourself why. And I got blackballed since that time after everything I predicted was coming true. Well, I told you all the story before. One episode, well, I actually thought finally I'd get some traction after trying, me and a staff of people spending years. And we're talking 2007, just about full time. And almost all of 2008 full time. And I'm talking full time. And I went on 2009, 2010 part time, contacting the media. Thousands upon thousands of media firms. Print, internet broadcast, radio, TV broadcast, right? Contacted all of them. And then finally in 2010, I think it was 2010, after, Jesus Christ, I predicted everything. It's in fucking published print, right? I come across a Barron's senior editor, Robin Blumenthal. Robin Blumenthal. Look it up. Contact the bitch. Ask the bitch. Of course, she'll say, I don't know what you're talking about. You won't hear, no response. I showed the email. And this fucking bitch, which I didn't think she was a bitch at the time, guess what? I'm on the phone with her, talking about how I've been banned, been blackballed, I predicted everything. She asked for my book. I sent her the media stuff, the package to the email, sent her the book in the mail. So she begins to kind of talk about this and that, and I know what she's doing. She's trying to vet me to see what my views are, and she asked me if I support Israel. That's right. I mean, I'm no dummy. I know what answer she wants, but I'm not going to lie. And I'm like, why would I support Israel? What does Israel do for America? I support America. I don't support Israel. Why would I support Israel? I don't support any country other than my own. And guess what? Didn't hear from her after that. Followed up with an email after she read my book. Oh, I haven't had a chance. Haven't had a chance. They're always too busy. Oh, I'm busy right now. I haven't gotten a chance to look at it. You understand? I've learned a lot over the past 20 years, folks. I didn't know all this shit before. I'm telling you guys so you know how the system works. And a lot of people throughout history have, to some degree, talked or written about some of these things I'm talking about in terms of the control. And they're right. I've lived it. I have fucking lived it personally. And you'll never hear any of these motherfucking shills out there, these gatekeeping shills. They don't want to talk to me, especially now. I mean, I continue. Think about it for a second. 15 years ago, 16 years ago, 17 years ago, before I'm really convinced I really understand what's going on, I'm willing to come out and talk about the realities of America and help people navigate this unprecedented economic and financial storm. I'm willing to do that. I'm ready to do that. Over time, I start to realize what's going on. And now, you understand, now I'm really dangerous to them because I know the deal and I'm going to talk about it. You got it? Ask yourself why I'm not being interviewed by anybody. Nobody. Think about it. My accomplishment, having predicted the financial crisis with more accuracy and detail than anybody in the world, and have actually explained this whole period that we are suffering from, whether it be the free trade crisis, which I warned about in detail in 2006, which has destroyed the U.S. economy, has destroyed the U.S. consumer, or America's healthcare crisis, which continues to get worse by the fucking day, which I actually wrote an entire book, a follow-up book on that in 2009. All these things I exposed. I mean, don't you think I'm one of the more important people to talk to in the world? You got it? Yet, you see who's being interviewed. You understand what's going on. And none of you people, you're fucking useless. You don't email these people. Several years ago, people were doing this shit. Now everyone's fucking, you all are pathetic, man. Why aren't you emailing these motherfuckers and asking them why they're not interviewing me? Because you're pathetic. You're a pathetic, disgusting disgrace to the human fucking population. That's all I got to say. Okay? That's all I fucking have to say. I don't like any of you. Okay? If you know my fucking story, you know my deal, you know what I'm trying to do, you know, and you're not doing anything, I don't like you. I think you're scum. I think you're horseshit. You got it? Don't forget it. You think I'm here trying to fucking win friends and get voted in office and sell courses? You think I give a shit about what any of you think? I'm here for the fucking truth, you stupid idiots. Don't you get it? No, you don't, because you don't know what the truth is. You don't know what integrity is. You're born with these values. It's in your fucking DNA, or it's not. Stupid, greedy, selfish motherfuckers. Let's get back now to Paulie, and I'll probably just go ahead and cut this and start off on the Paulie. And any of you motherfuckers out there who want to, it's so long, go fuck yourself. You don't fucking say shit. You thank me for giving you free education, world class. You're not going to get anywhere in the world. You asked to suck my fucking big Greek dick as payment. You don't fucking criticize anything. You can go fuck yourself. I don't need stupid comments from stupid fucking idiots that think that they're world authorities on everything because they Googled everything. I Googled it. I Googled it. I've lost my patience with everybody. I mean, is that unacceptable after 20 fucking years? I don't think so. Nobody else out there in the world has been doing what I'm doing. Nobody. Nobody. You may think so because you've been fooled. Most of these people are come out there, they pretend. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So let's go ahead now. Let's go ahead. Well, you know what I'm going to do, actually? Before we begin, I've got these videos loaded up. I'm going to show you what about Mr. Lee, and then I'm going to go and I'm going to give you a little historical basis on the digital nomad scam. See, once you understand these kind of narrative-based scams, it's kind of easy to tell what's going on. The same thing, if you can imagine, with the whole gold pumping scam. You know the whole MO, right? You know the song and dance. You know a lot of the players. You know what they pitch. You know the typical fucking mythology they pitch, the typical lines they pitch, the typical deviant psychology they use to lure you. You got it. It becomes very easy once you understand that. And once you understand enough of these types of MOs that these various genres of scammers and scams are using, it becomes even easier to detect the latest ones because there's so many overlapping signs and traits. You see, it's why it's so fucking easy for me to detect this shit. It's just like child's play at this point. So that's what we're going to do. Before we do that, actually, let me go ahead now and let me refresh your memory here. And there's one particular person, actually, I'm not going to mention the name, but there's one particular person. Let me, where is it? Here we go. That I've been in brief contact with. Let me show you this. So this is just an abbreviated list of most of this is the real estate component of my track record, my financial crisis track record. And you'll notice I put either the page number or the chapter. And so I've recently come into contact with someone, I'm not going to mention who or what they do or whatever, and hopefully this will kind of shed more light into things. And I've actually even reopened my $100,000 award to the first person who can prove there's the existence of someone who can beat my financial crisis track record. Okay. Now, of course, you can't just say, well, okay, I wrote this in a blog. There's obviously rules involved, and there's going to be a neutral party that would decide that $100,000, you got nothing to lose, except you're going to have to pay for the independent party that's going to judge that. Okay. But you don't have to, that's all you potentially lose. You're not going to lose $100,000. See, and I know I'm not going to either because I know. I mean, think about it. You got me. You think there's anyone out there? Come on, take a look right here. Some of you don't even know what the fuck this even means, right? Some of you don't even know what the ABS market is, right? So you can just go through and see this here. This is an abbreviated version. And of course, I actually showed people in the second book released in early 2007. I specifically showed them specific stocks to short and showed them how to short them or to buy puts a more conservative way on not only the subprimes, but also I went a step further. I went 2 steps further. I went 3 steps further. You know, the guys in the movie The Big Short, the fucking scammy ass bullshit bogus movie that promoted these guys as having predicted the financial crisis, Michael Burry and all these other, they didn't predict it. They made a bet, and they made a bet that was basically going to do well if we hit a recession, not a financial crisis. Didn't need to have a financial crisis, only a recession. That's why they bet on the riskiest of the real estate related stocks, the subprimes, the junk bonds. They didn't short. They didn't engage in uh, credit fault to swap transactions with Fannie and Freddie. Those were the investment grade. Those were the government backed, the GSEs. I advised to short those. I had even talked about the banks, shorting the banks, and the home builders, and GM and GE. Nobody in the world did any of that shit. Nobody. You understand the extent we're talking about here? You all got that? You got it? And still unbanned to this fucking day. Okay? Once again, this was just an inkling. My predictions of the financial crisis were just an inkling of what I wrote about in that book. I exposed the entire scam of America's healthcare system. Okay? I exposed Wall Street, corporate America, the free trade scam, many things. Predicted Fannie and Freddie would be bailed out by taxpayers. Nobody in the world. Predicted real estate prices would decline by 30 to 35% on average and 50 to 60% in certain regions. Exactly correct. Dow 6,500. Boom, motherfucking boom. Talk about crystal goddamn motherfucking ball. Jesus goddamn Christ. Do I have one? Where did the Dow bottom in 2009, in March 2009? 6,500 and change. That's right. I wrote this in 2006. Folks, you can't get any more precise than that. It's not humanly possible. You got it? This shit is unprecedented. Unprecedented. Okay? And, note that we did have, I talked about inflationary depression, possibly deflationary depression. It got really bad. And that's exactly kind of what we got. We got actually high inflation in the first half of 2008, very high inflation. Then they had the financial crisis. We had kind of a deleveraging event. And we would have had deflation if it were not for the bailout and quantitative easing. You see, that's what prevented deflation, which nobody knew quantitative easing was going to come. You see that? Address healthcare as the second biggest long-term problem faced by America. Of course, free trade is the number one. There you have it, folks. Nobody did this shit. Nobody. You got it? That's why I say the most important thing you can do for your fucking life is to be intimately familiar with this stuff. And don't stop there. Because if you don't have the perspective, you're not going to realize how spectacular this shit was. What do I mean? I mean, take a look at what everyone else was writing out there. Read all their horse shit. You understand? They were fucking clueless. It's like me, the professor, in a ring with fucking infants. That's what we're talking about here. Yet, you get all these people. The media claims that this guy and this guy and this guy predicted the financial, and it's a lie. They didn't predict the financial crisis. And guess what? Every single one of these people that the media claims predicted the financial crisis, they're all related. They're all related. You got it? That's how it always works. You're not invited to the party unless you're a blood relative. You got it? This is all factual. It cannot be refuted. Write it the fuck down. Anybody want to refute something like that I'm talking about? Put your money where your mouth is, or shut your fucking mouth. Put your money where your mouth is so we know you're serious. So you're not flapping your fucking mouth. Show some accountability with your words. You got it? Back your words with some accountability. Put your money where your mouth is, or what you say is meaningless. Do you understand? Repeat that over and over again. Tell people that. Okay? This is abbreviated. And of course, anyone who bothers to spend the time and take a look on my site, you can see all you got to do is any article, and you might want to read this article here. Another reason why I was banned. They don't want people to understand that Washington Mutual was taken illegally. Okay. You can just click this. This is on every article. This blue avatar here. Boom. Sweet, huh? You can click this. Here's the critical links. Here's my financial crisis track record links here. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, spend some time here. Okay. So, with that, let's go back now. Let's go back. And discuss Mr. Lee. Okay? So, what you have is arguably the top investment analyst in the world me, Mike Stathis, and I, I challenge you to refute that. I mean, you cannot argue that I'm not one of the top. I'm probably the top guy. It's hard to prove. I should probably claim it until someone proves otherwise. I've got the track record. Okay. But nonetheless, you've got one of the top analysts in the world, professional investment analyst, exposing little fucking peon grifters like this guy, Paul Lee, in the digital nomad scam. So let's go ahead now and talk about this. Let's show you. I want to show you guys, first of all, well, let's do this in some order here. Let me show you. I hate to have to go back here, but we're going to do that anyway. This is not organized, obviously, but we're going to try and have a little organization here. Let's see what we got here. I think this is, yeah. So here we go. This is Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee contacted CNBC Make It. Hey, I've got a great story for you. This is what these guys do. Remember, CNBC Make It is a scam. All media is a scam. Media is there to sell you ads. They're there to get your attention, to tell you that you don't have to work. It's easy. They got a way for you. And they're going to show you guys that are going to show you the way. You got it? Just like CNBC, they've got Peter Schiff and Harry Dent and Jim Rogers and Jeffrey Gunlock and Kathy Wood and Kevin O'Leary and Jim Cramer, all these people that are, related to each other, and hundreds more that are going to show you. They're going to warn you about this. They're going to either warn you about the collapse or they're going to tell you about disruptive innovation, which they don't even understand. Either way, they're selling you greed and fear, a way for you to make money. That's what the CNBC does. All media does this. They're basically trying to sell you something, that their information, their programming content is valuable, and it's going to improve your life in some way, shape, or form. And they're always lying. It's all about getting you there so you'll watch the ads. That's who funds the media. Got it? Ad-based content is a fucking scam. I've been talking about this for almost 2 decades. I've learned this firsthand. Why do you think the YouTube content is all shit? Right? It's all crap. It doesn't matter. Folks, we live in the world now where it's not quality of content, it's quantity, because the content is all tagged with ads. It's not about quality anymore. It's about pumping out as much content as possible. Why do you think all these corporate crooks are getting erections over the AI bullshit? And they're telling you how great it's going to be for you. It's not going to be great for you. They're going to fuck you with it. They're going to create more shit content, more trash content designed to sell you ads and to get you to buy their shit. That's what it's all about. Wake up. So he contacts Make It CNBC. CNBC Make It. Now you might recall Make It CNBC, CNBC Make It also featured Meet Kevin. Meet Kevin and Graham Stephan. You remember that? Huh? Anybody remember that? Let's see where we are here. Let's see if we got it here. There you go. You see that? Did they vet Meet Kevin? No, it doesn't matter. They don't have to vet anybody. You understand? Meet Kevin is a fraud. The guy's a complete scam artist, fraudster. And it's amazing. This guy, in fact, I want to do an update on this guy. It doesn't even, it's even a waste of time for me to tell people to sue this motherfucker, because the people that fall for his scams are too stupid and they're too much sucked into his brainwashed cult to even realize that they could probably sue him and make money if he has provided them with financial advice. You see, they can sue him now because he's registered. He's not qualified. He's licensed. Understand, Kevin is not qualified to guide anybody. He's only licensed. He doesn't know shit. Yet he's charging actually money, which is also a big deal. He's charging money to give people financial advice and to give planning. He's not a CFP. He doesn't know anything about financial planning. He can easily be fucking sued. If people recorded shit, saved shit, and posted on a central platform, he would be wiped the fuck out. But, people that fall for his shit, they're just fucking stupid. So they're never going to, they're the ones positioned to sue him are not going to. They don't even blame him. They don't even blame him about FTX, right? As you saw, I showed in a comment, they don't blame Kevin about FTX. It's the SEC's fault, they said. They lost money in FTX, but they don't blame Kevin. They blame the SEC. The SEC, the same group that, the same regulatory agency that the cryptocurrency people didn't want involved, right? They don't want any regulation in cryptocurrency. Get away, SEC. Yet it's the SEC's fault for FTX, right? That's how stupid these people are. Fucking stupid. They should not be permitted to have offspring. Much of the world should not be permitted to have fucking offspring. It would be a much better world. There's too many fucking stupid people out there. And of course, you've got this swindler, Kevin Pathrath. If the name sounds a little strange, it's because he's in the mafia as well, right? With that stupid fucking name. He's breeding a future line of con artists. It's scary. See, the CNBC make it, of course, didn't stop with Kevin, right? Kevin O'Leary, the fraudster. Now, of course, Kevin O'Leary is related to Kevin and all these other people, right? They're all related, folks. You understand what I'm talking about? If you're not related to the cabal, you don't get in the media unless you're a front man for them. You understand? Unless you represent their business. That's why do you think I expose this shit on my website? I name the name. I name who they are so you can see who's being promoted and you can see who's scamming you. You got it? You understand? I show the evidence. Nobody can refute that. I'm naming the villain. I'm showing you the common link. You understand? I do that on my website specifically for that purpose because I was banned by that group of people because I'm not one of them. Their whole mentality is them against you, them against us. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say everybody that's related to that group is going to be that way because I know that there's not. But the people that are playing in that game, they're all related and they all think deviously. They don't like you. They want to fuck you. They want to scam you. This is what's been going on for a long fucking time, as I'm seeing now. And it's even hit YouTube, okay? You can take a look with Kevin, Graham Stephan. You think Graham Stephan? Tell him to do a DNA test, and we'll see. Graham Stephan, guaranteed, write it down. He's related to Kevin. Both Kevins here. You got it? And let's not forget Kevin O'Leary, right? This scumbag, piece of shit, grifter, who, like all these guys, promoted in the media because they have the right bloodline, right? They have the right bloodline. They're promoted for that reason, and they're nobodies. They're failures. And they create a media celebrity status, a media presence. And then from that, they create businesses because people are fucking stupid to not realize nobody credible is making a career out of being in the media. Write it down. Nobody credible is making a career being in the media. Okay? If they have a real career, they're not spending their time in the media. You understand? Real important people doing important things are not spending all their time in the media. People spending all their time in the media are doing so to create a media celebrity status so they can pitch new businesses and products and scams, like Donald Trump, for instance. Okay? Why do you think he was in The Apprentice for 12, 13 fucking years? Because he had nothing going on. He wanted to promote his name out there so he could launch new fucking companies with the Trump brand. He's smoke and mirrors con man, as I wrote about my first article 2 decades ago on this guy. Kevin O'Leary did the same thing. Same fucking thing. Okay? All these guys, everybody on Scam Tank, same thing. Write it down, folks. Take a look at all these real estate shows, right? Same thing. They want to tell you that these guys are geniuses. No, if they're really good. Another great example I just saw the other day. Grant Cardone, undercover billionaire, another fucking scam. No, Grant Cardone is not a billionaire, was not a billionaire. Why was he on that show? Who did he pay to get on that? You understand, Grant Cardone paid producers to get on that show. You realize that, right? That's PR. He paid them. Why? The same reason why he paid to be a speaker at one of Trump's events. You know that, right? He paid all this money to lure in the dummies. Oh, he's Trump. Oh, Trump endorses him. Oh, he's a big guy in Trump. Okay, I'm going to support him. Oh, he must be valid. He must be legitimate. I'm going to invest. You understand? Oh, he's an undercover billionaire. Wow, he must be. I want to invest with him. I'll become a billionaire. You got it? This is all a fraud. It's media fraud. No one's talking about this. No one in the world but me. Why isn't this getting out anywhere? Why won't anyone talk to me about this? Because they're all in the fucking shebang. They're all in the fucking scam together. All these fuckers out there. All these people that many people think are on their side. You think you got someone who's really telling the truth? They won't talk to me. That's a fucking evidence right there. That's evidence right there. They're afraid. You got it? I know this whole fucking song and dance. I've been living it now for 20 fucking years. I know how it works, folks. Okay? They're all fucking fraudsters. It's just like the political system. People think Trump is legit. Yeah, they don't even see now. I mean, honestly, I mean, Jesus Christ. I wish, Trump is a disaster. I mean, this guy has sold out the fucking presidency before he even got in office. He's filling it with the world's biggest group of scammers and fucking crackpot sociopaths in world history. You've got a bunch of lunatics going to be in the White House, spearheaded by Elon Musk now, who basically is going to dictate rules and regulations that are going to benefit his companies. I mean, Elon Musk is a total fucking fraud. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. Let's carry on here. Do they do any this is back in 2020, okay? Do they validate any of this stuff? Do they check into it? No. They weren't earning $6 million from YouTube. And real estate, right? Real estate. Oh, you mean Kevin's in-laws' parents? You understand. Folks, this is when Kevin was paying Dave Ramsey for his leads. He was paying Dave, in 2019, I believe, was paying Dave Ramsey for leads. It's complete fraud, complete lies. CNBC Make It is a scam. They're promoting a bunch of bullshit. Oh, new side hustles. Oh, how you can make money. Oh, you don't have to work. Oh, it's this whole anti-work culture. This whole fucking hustle scam. The hustle scam. The anti-work culture out there. It's being thrown out to all these fucking Gen Z people. Scamming you fucking stupid kids. Unfucking believable. And so, yeah, so you see CNBC Make It, they had this little millennial money type thing. And I was thinking, like, oh, this is where Kevin and Jeremy Lefebvre, the other fucking fraudster, scammer, liar, scam artist, piece of shit, Graham Stephan and Jeremy, what is his name? Andre Zick, of course, they're all related, FYI, as you might suspect. They got their name Millennial Money. And they started their little show, I suppose. I mean, and then, of course, from this, Kevin, let me explain to you all what Kevin's doing. Kevin started out, apparently, or not started out, but he was criticizing Grant Cardone, right? And let me just go on the record. Grant Cardone, my name is Mike Stathis. You're a fucking scammer and a liar. Stop scamming people. Stop making false statements. You cannot make false claims when selling your shit. That's fraud. Got it, bitch? Now go fuck with me. I dare you, bitch. Boom! Fucking scam artist. I could do a whole thing. I'll get to Grant Cardone in the future if I have time. But Grant Cardone, right? Uh, Grant Cardone got all the money for his real estate investment, virtually all of it, from social media. You know that, right? I've exposed this. He raised all his money from ScamTube, all the stupid fucking idiots on ScamTube and other social media. Why? You see, the SEC, the criminal institution for which Grant Cardone is also related to people in the SEC, as well as the Wall Street media people, by the way, FYI. Let me just go ahead and tell you, if they're in Scientology, FYI, there's a pretty good chance that they're related to these people. A lot of people in Scientology are actually kind of ethnically related. In case you didn't know that, that might be why, if you think about it, you see there's a lot of Hollywood people in Scientology. FYI. So, what Grant Cardone did is he took advantage of the SEC. They removed this barrier whereby you could not solicit, you could not market, try and sell people into your private equity fund. You couldn't do it unless they were sophisticated investors. So they were accredited investors, of course. As we're seeing now, many so-called accredited investors aren't really that sophisticated, right? So accredited investors, you have to have a certain net worth, not that high actually. The income is, I don't know, they change it every few years. It might be like 200,000 annual income, 250, maybe a couple will be 350 or something, maybe a couple of million net worth. So it's not really that high. But you can't solicit, you can't come out and pitch your private equity, your private investment to people unless they were accredited investors. So you can't come out in the public and do it. That was before the SEC changed the laws. I think around, you can look it up, around 2015 or so. They changed the laws, and it was right around the time that they introduced this crowdfunding law, which is why you see a lot of crowdfunding bullshit. You may get all these spam emails now. You can thank the SEC. You can thank the criminal cabal at the SEC. And, of course, these scams that they help promote, it promotes their buddies. Their buddies are involved. But you may get these spam emails with this crowdfunding, this new such and such, they're trying to raise money. You couldn't do that before. Now, basically, any fucking scammer can come out with anything, any investment. It can come on social media, and they can lure people into it. This is very dangerous. It's extremely dangerous. Mark my words. It's going to have tremendous repercussions, all negative. Okay? This is I can't think of, this is probably the worst thing the SEC has ever done. Okay? So Grant Cardone took advantage of that. You understand? That's why he plastered himself all over ScamTube. He raised virtually all of the money that he has in his investment funds, his real estate investment funds, from social media. And I'd say the vast majority from YouTube alone. And imagine the audience. You're talking about stupid fucking idiots. And they're falling for Grant Cardone's bullshit claims. This is during the same time Grant Cardone's selling courses, by the way. Stupid fucking course. I mean, Grant Cardone clearly is a fucking shady-ass used car salesman. I mean, if you're trusting this guy, just based upon what comes out of his mouth and how he presents all his bullshit, you deserve to get fucked. He appeals to the greedy, lazy people. So Kevin Pathrath was critical of Grant Cardone. Why? Because he was jealous of Grant Cardone. And guess what? Kevin became Grant Cardone. He became Grant Cardone. He sees what Cardone's doing. He's copying him. He realizes, hey, there's a lot of money to be made off of YouTube. Look at this. I've already scammed people off courses. I'm selling courses. Kevin now is selling 1 hour of consultation with him for $22,000. Did you know that? $22,000 an hour. I mean, really? $22,000 an hour? I mean, first of all, Kevin is not qualified. He is absolutely unqualified to charge any money for anything related to investments. Write that down. And based upon his his calls and everything, he's completely unqualified. It's proven. He can legally do it because he's licensed, but he's not qualified. You see, getting licensed doesn't mean you're qualified. It just means you're abiding by what the regulators want. It's like, for instance, if you get a driver's license, it doesn't mean you know how to drive, right? You can have someone who's been driving a car for 30 years, and they forget to renew their driver's license, so they no longer have a license. And then you get a 16-year-old that just got their driver's license. Guess which one can drive? Guess which one can't drive? Guess which one is legally able to drive? Guess which one is not legally able to drive? It's the same thing with financial licensing. The state license, that's what Kevin has. I mean, it's nothing, right? But he realized doing that, you see, enables him to bring in more money, right? Because after all, Grant Cardone raised all this money, so Kevin's got all these scams now. He's constantly focusing all his time on creating new scams because he knows he's got the stupid people. So all he's got to do is focus on creating new scams, new pitches, and they're going to fall for it. They're that fucking stupid. So Kevin is basically copying the Grant Cardone business model. It's a gravy train. YouTube is a gravy train if you want to defraud people, if you want to scam people, if you want to deceive people and sell horse shit, put them in shitty investments, right? This is what's going on, folks. Why is no one else talking about this on YouTube? Why? How come? How come CoffeeZilla doesn't talk about this? You know, the fake detective guy? Because they're all, folks, they're all in the same circle jerk. They're all in the same fucking group. Okay? You got it? They're in the same fucking grift. If they're selling ads, if they're monetizing their channel, they're just as bad. They're empowering, they're facilitating the scammers by selling their ads. You got it? So let's CNBC make it. They promoted Meet Kevin, Graham Stephan, Kevin O'Leary, many others. You see here? And understand, this gave them tremendous reach. Ask yourself what CNBC did, right? They gave them tremendous reach, got them many more subscribers, and then what happened? Graham Stephan, Meet Kevin, defrauded their subscribers. CNBC helped these guys fuck the world, fuck the people through selling them FTX, right? Pitching FTX, pitching affiliate scams, pitching Robinhood affiliate, the Robinhood affiliate, which scam links. Robinhood's a scam company. Write it down. Pitching all other bullshit. You understand? You understand how this whole fucking mafia works? You got it? Folks, it's centered around the media. I'm telling you, the media is the fucking problem. And anybody that deals with the media is dealing with the devil. They are the devil. No one's going to talk about this. No one's going to mention this. But me, the only person. Think about the big fucking picture here. You got it? You know, it's amazing how people can't think about the big picture. I see so many times you can't think about the big fucking picture. This illiterate fraud, no college degree, complete fucking loser, a failure, who was basically booted off. He was booted off. Remember I talked about this. His real estate company, the Oppenheim guys, they basically have what I see as a stage set. It's a kind of a fake real estate company for some Netflix fucking show. Okay? It's not a legit fucking real estate company. Okay, that's who he worked with. I looked into this like 8 years ago, 10 years ago. I even called the fucking number. Okay? If you call the number, this Oppenheim guy, Mr. Clean guy, the office, it goes to his cell phone. And he says, oh, send us an email. What legitimate fucking, I mean, this is supposedly Beverly Hills real estate. Send us an email? Oh, look at our website. Look at all these multi-million-dollar properties. Complete horse shit. Okay? It's complete fucking horse shit. I exposed all this shit already. Basically, Graham Stephan wasn't going to be on that little reality TV show on Netflix. So he basically got the axe. So that's when he went on YouTube. Why wasn't he not on the show? Well, I don't know. My guess is because he's not tall enough. Let's put it politely. That's my guess. I mean, if you look at the little like bullshit, I mean, we can pull it up right here. I don't know what the name of the show was. Netflix. Oppenheim. Yeah, here we go. Selling Sunset. So take a look at this, okay? I mean, if you believe, folks, all these real estate fucking reality shows are fucking scams. You know that, right? It's a bunch of fucking losers looking to get a media celebrity status so they can sell books, they can sell you, tickets to their fucking conferences. It's the same fucking MO that the media uses. The media wants content from fucking doofuses. They can sell you ads. And the doofuses line up because they can create a false image, this false perception that they're fucking experts so they can fucking grift after that. It's what the media's been doing for fucking ever. And especially in the internet age. Take a look at this. So, do you think this is a legitimate real estate company? I mean, these girls look like fucking hoes. And look at this. So, ask yourself, does Graham Stephan fit in this whole little picture here? That's why he fucking went on YouTube. You do know that, right? I've already done the research many years ago. Okay? I've got the shit in my archives. You call up this company, okay? This is several years ago. You call up the company, and it hits one of these bald guys' phones. One of them. I don't know which one, but they got their phone number on the website. Okay. In fact, I even looked and found this on Yelp. Someone said the same thing on Yelp. You can look it up on Yelp. Okay. So I called to confirm, and exactly right. You call the number for the company they have listed. It hits one of these guys' voicemail on their mobile phone, and their message is, oh, hello, da da da. If you're calling about real estate, da da, please email us. Have you ever heard any legitimate company, with a phone number, and the owner, the founder, the top guy tells you to email them? I mean, think about it. This is real estate. Like, you're not going to do any business that way. Are you fucking kidding me? I kid you not. This is all fucking fact. Okay? Did CNBC make it do any fucking due diligence? Did Netflix? No. Netflix? No. They don't care. It's all about selling you the idea of bullshit. Let's take a look here. What else we got? Scam Stephan. And of course, I showed you guys the videos I've got them posted on my site channel. You can see where Graham Stephan actually went back and edited out his FTX and other crypto endorsements in his videos after the collapse of FTX and other cryptos. He went back and took it out. I've got the original video. I mean, not only is that very dishonest and tells you about this person's morality, what a criminal scumbag piece of shit he is, it's illegal. He's tampering with evidence. He broke the law in Nevada. Nothing happened to him. Why not? Somebody contact the Nevada State Attorney General. Somebody contact the SEC. Now, you all aren't going to do it. You're all fucking useless. Bunch of useless fucking pieces of shit. That's all. See, look at this. Look at this. How a 29-year-old, okay, 29, and then 31, they do it when he's 31. You see that? right? What's going on here? Some fucking guy who admits he barely passed high school with like C's and D's, okay, comes on YouTube, defrauds people, scams people, creates filler content, he works with an agency, doesn't even create any of his videos, just reads from a script. A lot of his disinformation, and all of it's done to prompt for scams, for ads, for affiliate links, to basically pitch you Robinhood and FTX and sell you the passive income scam, the lie. This guy is promoted in CNBC, and you've got the leading investment analyst in the world who tried to help people, save people, help people make money in the financial crisis, revealed everything, and I'm still banned. What's going on, folks? Put that into perspective. Do you understand? Do you understand what's going on? It's only scammers involved in the media. Only scammers, and especially if they're related. They're all blood fucking brothers. You fucking piece of shit. Boom! Boom! Wow. You need a bra, buddy. These guys make me fucking sick. This kid makes me, these people make me fucking sick. My blood boils when I see these criminally insane, sociopathic scammers. Criminally insane, sociopathic liars and scammers. And that's what you all need to call them and call them out and do the fucking work that I'm doing. None of you are doing that stuff. Nobody else is doing that. These people are fucking worse. They are worse than murderers. They're destroying thousands of lives, maybe millions of fucking lives. Complete fraud. And the media's behind all this shit. Look at this fucking horse shit. If I was in charge of the fucking deal, these motherfuckers would be in prison, rotting in a cell with Kevin and all these other motherfuckers. You better believe it. They'd be in fucking jail. So here we go. CNBC make it. We're going to get to Paul Lee here. We're going to get to Paul Lee. Giving you the big picture here. Showing you how CNBC, because CNBC make it, they're promoting Paul Lee. I want to show you how CNBC make it promotes all the scammers. It's a complete fucking bullshit portal from CNBC. Just there to lure the Gen X, the Gen Z, right? The Gen Y, the younger people into thinking that there's a way out. There's an easier way to make money, and they're going to show you, right? Talk about digital nomads. Look at the digital nomads, right? 2024, 2023 here. 2024, digital nomad, right? They're promoting that whole scam. Digital nomad. There you go. You see that? Let's see what we got here on InstaScam. Americans are flocking to Mexico City. Yeah, okay. You see? So they're pushing the whole digital nomad scam, right? And they've been doing so for quite a long time. I exposed this shit 10 years ago. 10 fucking years ago on my site. So let's keep that in mind. I'm going to go ahead and show you now Paul Lee. Paul Lee, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this and I'm going to come back. I'm going to cut this down and we're going to open up with Paul Lee. I'm going to show you his pitch. We're going to go back and show you the history of the digital nomad scam. You have a background now with CNBC Make It, and a lot of the bullshit involved, and going to come back with